Evil Empire, laughing all the way to the...
Alright, so y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. So y'all already know what we finna get into. More My Hero Academia Season 8, as promised. And if you haven't seen part 1 already, I'ma need you to Euro step to the link above so you can be caught up on everything that's happened so far. Cause this season is peak, and you definitely don't wanna miss a single detail. So let me not even waste no more time. If you haven't already, lock in and follow me on Twitch so you can tap in when I'm live, and sub up to the second channel for even more new content. But alright, we gotta see all the treacherous activities going down in My Hero right now. So let's get into it.
I got loyalty inside my DNA. I got loyalty.
Alright, so we pick up right where we left off. After All For One put All Might in the dirt like some vegetation with the Serena Williams backhand, and got this man looking more beat up than Squidward after that sea bear attack. But right before All For One can send All Might to the afterlife with front row tickets to the Juice WRLD concert, this man Stain pulls up on his brand new GTA Mark II Oppressor, throwing the oop to All Might by making All For One freeze like Black Panther with his blood curdle quirk.
All for one. It doesn't matter how mighty a villain you are. When I taste your blood, my quirk activates, freezing you in your tracks.
So All Might uses this as an opportunity to speed blitz All For One, using his repulsor jets to flash step towards him while Stain darts in from behind, ready to slash this man like he was playing Fruit Ninja. And All Might cocks back this uppercut, prepping the Detroit Double smash this nigga back into the lobby. But just before either one of them can connect, All For One says,
I never freeze.
Nuke the whole generation.
Forcible quirk activation. Bloodlet.
And in an instant, to counter Stain's quirk, All For One bypasses Ricochet anti-cheat and forcibly ejects every ounce of blood from his body, making himself twins with the zesty red demon from Powerpuff Girls, while bathing All Might and Stain in Batista bomb waves of Magic Johnson's blood. And All For One tells Stain he's already had countermeasures in place for him ever since PT wasn't rocking with him back at Tartarus. He just said, you ain't gang? Alright, cool. Then I'ma pocket watch you harder than an IRS agent.
Doesn't matter. It's still the same blood.
Are you stupid? I used antigen swap. It totally altered my blood type.
Right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying.
That motherfucker's cheating.
So in a matter of seconds, All For One has made Stain more useless than Tenten. And as All Might's dashing in to save him, bro hits a Daquan
360 ooga booga booga!
with Stain's limping lifeless body before he's eating dog halfway across the city, pinballing through tilted towers, destroying it, and hawking him down like LeBron on the fast break with All Might in tow. And with him being at a crazy speed disadvantage in his current state compared to All For One, All Might can't do anything but tell Stain to run. But that's gonna be a tall task, cause after that last attack, Stain's laid out on the concrete, just knocked out like one of them YNs in school that be taking hits of galaxy gas, looking like he finna hit the meanest snow angels of all time. And Stain looks up just to see. Rejoice! Your quirk will make a fine addition to my repertoire. Now that I think about it, you've contributed quite a lot to Tomura's development, so I'll have to thank you for that. But I'm afraid now I have no more use for you, hero killer. Your role ends now. 1 second, Stain was laying there alive and well, and next thing you know,
the motherfucker was dead.
Gotta see it all red like a Playboy Cardi song, and All Might can't believe what he's witnessing. He's in shock. Just for this man All For One to uphold on All Might, hitting a quick 180, switching him down with the max power death laser. But even in his drained and weakened state, Hercules said, just like Allstate, you in good hands, my boy. Blocking the initial brunt of the attack, shielding All Might. But like I said, Hercules is on his last legs and isn't strong enough to withstand the blow anymore, so it shatters, sending All Might ragdolling across town yet again, decreasing the property value in the city further and further with each crash. Bro, I swear, after all the shit that's went down, rent has gotta cost no more than a piece of pocket lint, 100 V-Bucks, and a bag of hot Takis, cause you couldn't pay me to live here. At this point, living in O-Block or Gotham would be safer. But anyways, the force of that blast was so vicious that it has All Might hallucinating, seeing images of his dead mentor, Nana Shimura, and even Sir Night-Eye in an all-white room. And at this point, I'm genuinely concerned. Bro's having flashbacks of Midoriya, saying how he needs All Might to live long enough so he can make him proud by becoming a great hero. And All Might even had a flashback of his childhood at the beginning of Happy Days with his mom. So I'm just like, oh no. Gang finna get slimed out and sent to the gulag expeditiously. Cause this is anime rule 101. If a character has a flashback, they either finna get violated and packed up in the most devastating way imaginable, or they finna turn up something vicious and reach a new power level. And considering the fact that All Might's legs are in worse condition than your rages, and that he can barely move his body, I'm not seeing no power up in his future. But even
After all that,
All Might's resolve is stronger than ever. Dragging his battered body on the concrete, he just looks up at the Demon Lord and says,
Come and get me.
but just like a Cooking with Kaya video with no twerking, All For One wasn't trying to see that shit. The rage bait ain't working no more, and bro has finally shifted his attention back to his main objective, linking with Shigaraki, and he's well within warp range. So he activates his warp sludge quirk coming out of Shigaraki's throat.
Pause.
But Shiggy just gets in his Dave Blunt's bag and says,
Master. Don't get in the way.
and All For One just got straight up rejected by Shigaraki, just like me when I tried sliding in Zuyu's DMs. And All For One's just floating there, absolutely perplexed. He was just like,
Nigga, I created you, nigga. Well, God created you, but I helped. I was a part of your journey.
but for some reason, this absolute psycho takes this rejection as an invitation to try again. Cause he's just sitting there happy as hell, smirking like that one Anthony Mackie meme. So this man takes off, swooping down to scoop All Might up off the ground. And in the very next scene, we just see him flying through the air with All Might in hand, disrespectfully carrying him like he's trying to practice how to hold his girl's purse so no one thinks it's his. And everyone at UA and Midoriya are in complete shock, in the trenches off this. Cause there's no way in hell they ever thought the literal LeBron James of their universe would ever be getting done dirty like this. Like, no, my goat. But anyways, Deku's really between a rock and a hard place right now. Cause bro legit has to make the decision between staying and fighting the strongest villain of today, or leaving and fighting the strongest villain in history to save the life of his idol and mentor. And things just keep getting worse and worse by the second. Because in his mind, he can see the yellow vestige of All Might slowly starting to disappear, meaning he's getting closer and closer to death. And it doesn't help that this Hall of Fame instigator, Shigaraki, is in Deku's ear gaslighting like a motherfucker. So we come back over to All Might, who's just hanging from All For One like a winter coat in the summer, having even more flashbacks of his protege, talking calm and slowly, thinking about how Deku's came so far in so little time, never abandoning his dream either. So he's already knowing, if his protege can move like that, then there's no way in hell he can abandon his own dream of becoming a symbol, one of peace. So out of nowhere, All Might instantly darts up, putting All For One in a whole UFC guillotine choke submission, activating the mini nuke he had stored away in this device on his wrist, prepared to full on kamikaze both of them at the same time. Cause he already peaked, he can't win running the ones fair and square. So now he's feeling more suicidal than a YNW Melly song. And All Might knows the explosion won't kill One For All, but it should at least be enough to speed up his rewind quirk. Cause bro's whole plan is to pull a reverse Jake Paul. But instead of boxing with senior citizens who should have been in a retirement home 5 years ago, he wants to beat on children and hopefully make them young enough to the point he can't function effectively no more. And the scene is crazy. The bomb's charging up, ready to go off at any second. And All Might's in the background giving his motivational speech like he's Captain Irwin. Cause after all these years, bro's finally finna slime his biggest op and get it back in blood for his master until
You idiots.
you got your gun for the fashion, fuck nigga. Did you really think I was gonna let you blow?
It's all over. Did you really think I was gonna let you have a heroic death on my watch? No. You die when I say blood curdle.
Yeah, All Might. Not gonna lie, bro, it might be GG's. Cause ain't no way dog got you out here looking dumber than Bilo and Z is. And the entire world is tapped into the Twitch stream, watching in complete terror as their GOAT loses irrecoverable amounts of aura in real time like he's lazy. Yeah, nah. I had to go ahead and slap the Sora AI logo on this for you, twin, cause ain't no way. But anyways, as he's shit talking like Rio the young OG, All For One looks up in the sky just to see that 3 Call of Duty BO6 dreadnoughts just spawned in from thin air, trying to spin back for Star, charging up these atomic lasers. But All For One just said,
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
one-tapping these boys with Moon Knight's Crescent Blade, all while aura farming to finish. And I'm sorry, y'all might say I'm doing tricks on it, but I gotta glaze just a little bit, cause this shit tough. And it's just all bad. Unk fell down to his knees, Shadowbeard is still in shock, and even Deku took a timeout from his English or Spanish game with Shigaraki to bear witness to this atrocity. The whole world is watching his GOAT get hoisted in the air like the Vince Lombardi. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Seeing this man All Might go outside like like this hurt me just as much as seeing Tyrese Halliburton tear his Achilles in Game 7 of the finals. Like, we was in for a generational Game 7, and Dog was on a heater too. Just for him to go out like that in the first half? Nah. That's really enough to make a grown man cry, bro. But anyways, All Might is still out there getting violated in 8K Ultra HD, as All For One is slowly and ruthlessly trying to tear him in two. And you can just see the stress he's placing on his torso. His face looks like death. But I'm not tolerating any All Might slander on the channel. So again, I'd like to point y'all attention to the Sora AI logo. Cause what Soulja Boy say?
This is fake. That's fake.
It's a fake?
Yeah, that's Photoshop. That's fake. On my mama, that's fake. On my heart, on my life, my little brother grave, I could die right now, that's fake.
And like I said earlier, Deku can't do anything in this situation, cause his hands are literally tied dealing with the world's biggest menace to society. But he's still reaching out because he wants to save his goats. But he knows he can only choose one. And this is just like if your girl and LeBron were both hanging off a cliff and you can only save one. Like, how on earth are you supposed to pick? Wait, what am I saying? One choice. Fate of the universe on the line. The Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. I can only save one life. Give me. Cause you can always find another girl, but you can't get another LeBron.
Oh my God, bro, is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
Like,
saying,
you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
On second thought, maybe that was a bad example. And before any Weenie Hut Jr.'s level dweeb starts coming for me in the comments, it's a joke. Relax. But anyways, the entire world is praying to the heavens, begging for somebody, anybody, to please save All Might, because there's no way we can let our symbol of peace die. Not like this. When suddenly, he appears. The Japanese King Von, the reformed Nike Tech hoodlum, now a quarter zip wearing, matcha sipping king, aura farming straight out of the reboot van, posing like a light skin with the weather being hired as a paid actor, returning from the dead with his battered, limited edition All Might trading card in hand, Katsuki Bakugo. So I don't even gotta tell y'all how wicked it's finna get. And best believe, I'm gonna be working OT to get this next part out, cause up next we have Bakugo versus All For One. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, hit that sub button for me, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. Make sure you go follow me on Twitch so you can chop it up with me when I go live, and sub up to the second channel for even more new content. If you haven't already, join the Discord to stay updated on everything. All links are gonna be down in the description. And as always, I appreciate the support here on the main channel. I couldn't do none of this without y'all, so thank you. We getting closer and closer to 200K, and we hitting that soon. Trust. So, yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Be smooth.